and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and I've got a couple of Amazon purchases to share with you today. So one is from US Amazon and one is from UK Amazon. So let's do this one first because it takes up the most room and I can then move it out the way. But this is a new storage. It was shared in the group, and at first I was like, oh, very similar to something I've already got, which it is, but it's also a little bit different. It comes in a set of 3, and I am going to do a comparison, but this has like a little quirk which I kind of like. So it is one of these boxes. It is a flip top box. It is very similar to the likes of the 28 container storage. So as you can see, it has a connecting 4. Each lid opens individually. They are slightly different in the way that they open. And you do get, is it the same amount? 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, so you do still get 28 containers in there, but I say it does have a little bit of a quirk in the fact that this top section with said 28 boxes comes out and gives you room for putting other stuff. So whether that be extra diamonds, whether it be your tray and your pen. So let me grab a tray, grab a pen. In fact, let me grab a thick pen as well. So if I grab one of our trays, one of our thick pens and thin pens, and the top still fits in, the lid still shuts, and you can have your tray and your pen all in there together. Or as I say, if you do have extra, where's the best place to get hold of this? Probably near where the little clips go. Or whether you have extra diamonds for a project. So we all know we kit up a project, we might end up with some bags that we end up with a little bit more. They can go in the bottom of the tray and you can keep all your diamonds together. Love it. Let me grab a 28 container, the standard one, to show you, because, and this is me rummaging around all the stuff that's in my way, these trays are bigger as well. Where's a 28? So that's a 28 one. That's one of the standard 28. So as you can see, the actual box itself is bigger because each of the containers are also bigger. So while they might both be a run of 4, this one is well bigger actually. I mean, it's hard to sort of work it out, but I reckon it's about twice the size, because I'm thinking it's got that extra depth and the extra width combined. So you could probably fit the equivalent of double what you can fit in these. In one of these, maybe a little bit less, but the fact that it has the part underneath, which I think I'd be more likely to use it to hold spare diamonds than I would be to hold, you know, the likes of my tray and my pen. The fact that you can hold the tray and the pen is amazing, and the box does come out fairly easily, but it's not like the easiest in the world, so I wouldn't want to do it every time I went to use it, but I'd be more than happy to have my extra diamonds in there and then I just take it out to fill it up. So I'm quite excited to use that one, or this storage, possibly the next time that I kit up maybe a larger painting. Maybe not quite as big as my Minions, but maybe close, where it has quite a few colours, has maybe less than 28. And, you know, I have extras left over that I can then bob in the bottom. Quite a few of my smaller paintings, I can still get away with the 28 container and pop the extras in my leftover tubs. But it's always nice to have another type of storage, because I do think that while there is some storage that, you know, if you're limited in funds or space or desire to have more storage, sometimes it's just purely you don't want any more. Then there are some containers, the likes of the ones with a little pot, that can be used for any type of diamond painting. But I do think that there are some types of storage that if you have the variety, some are ideal for some paintings over others. Say it wouldn't work for the Minions. That has 51 colours, I think, in my Minions. So I would have needed 2 sets. I'm best with the storage I've got. It does have like little ridges here, so it does sit on a little shelf, so the pots aren't going to fall down. But just the fact that you've got all that space to store extra diamonds, oh yeah, well happy. So that was a purchase from Amazon UK. It was posted in the group, so I will pop a link in case there are any left for anybody that's not in the group to grab. And then the second item, this was also recommended to me in the group, in the Facebook group, and this is a big roll of cover paper rather than the sheets. So I use the sheets that we sell in the shop. So these are, let me get the maths in my head right. So these are approximately, and it is done in centimetres, but these are approximately 4 inches by 3 inches in size. And these are an absolute perfect size for me to do, you know, for example, an hour-long whip and chat, diamond painting in an evening. Quite often I just do the 1 square. If I know I'm going to have a couple of hours, I may take off 2 squares. Depends on the amount of confetti in the painting and also how much time I have. But these are a perfect size for me. But there are times, especially if you're doing, say, a mystery diamond painting, where you want to be able to cover the whole thing. On large paintings, I tend to do 2 rows of those squares, and I leave the rest with the clear cover on. And then I just move my little rectangles up as I go along, and that works for me. But say there are sometimes the likes of a mystery painting, if it comes with a clear cover, that you just want to cover the whole thing up so you can't see what the picture's going to be. And I thought this was worth giving a go. I actually had some coupons on US Amazon, so I just used them. Okay, it's taped up. But this is just a roll. It is a roll of the double-sided paper. It is thinner. It is thinner than the sheets that I use, definitely. It's definitely thinner. I still think you're not going to be able to see through it. Let me see if I can grab a painting. Oh. So let's just grab one of my hooks off the wall. Okay, so you may still be able to see through it a little bit, but if it is a black and white, it may be enough to take away what you can tell so that you can't tell what it is. Do I have a mystery one on here? No, it's on my other hook. Of course it is. Here's my mystery. So I do have a mystery in square, so that is possibly enough to stop you being able to tell what a mystery might be. And you can section it off in whatever size. So this one I would be able to cover it up with 2, which is good because I can already read what that word says. Whereas if I put that over, I have to really look to be able to make out what it is. And if you're putting this paper on to stop you working out what it is, then you're not going to take the time to try and work out what it is. So I think it's something, I don't know that it's something that I will use regularly, but I think it is something that's nice to have in case I do want to use it for the likes of a mystery, or maybe for my Advent or my June waffle. I could cover it with this, and then I can cut it up into whatever sizes I want, depending on whether it's 24 days or 30 days, depending on if it's the June waffle or the Advent. This might be very handy for that, because I could cover the painting and then I could grid it up very similar to what I do for a double-sided tape painting. I can just grid that up according to how many sections I want and use it that way. In fact, that's probably the way I'd be more than likely to use it over anything else. But yeah, there's my 2 purchases. Well, maybe 4, because these come in a set of 3. So they come in a set of 3 of the same, and this roll, does it tell us the measurements? I think it does on the listing, but it doesn't on the actual bag. But it is a fair chunk. If I sort of pull it down, that is lots. It's wrapped around lots and lots and lots of times, so it would do quite a few paintings. I probably wouldn't purchase, in fact I know I wouldn't purchase this as a this is all I ever use type cover paper, but I do think it will have a place at some time where it will be perfect for me to use as a covering. I say probably a waffle or an Advent, or to cover up a mystery painting. So if you want cover paper on a roll, so maybe you could cover up a big long one if you work on a drafting table or a desk and have the space for that, then this might be for you. So I'll pop the links down below. This is for UK Amazon and this is for US Amazon. I've not seen this on UK. Of course, you can use the listings to do a search to maybe see if you can find them on your own Amazon. But yeah, they're my new goodies for this week. And thank you all so much for watching as always, and I'll speak to you all again soon.